Go visit the Winter Wonderland. Woo, woo. It was 65 degrees 12 hours ago. All right, so the first thing I had to do was I went ahead and removed these little fittings that were right here. Here is a 3/4 inch fitting, and so I'm gonna put an adapter on here. That adapter will be just a 3/4 inch threaded on one side to 3/4 inch threaded on the other side. And then into that we'll get an automatic ball valve. So where I can push a button on the inside and that ball valve will open and it will allow the water to drain. All right, well, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna attempt to put this water tank and get it set into position. I'm really not sure how I'm gonna do that yet, how I'm gonna hold it up there, but let's just go kind of see how we may be able to do this. Look right here, there's already holes drilled on every one of these. So I'm wondering if I can use that to my advantage here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure my rod. These rods are 36 inches long. That one turned out perfect. This one I just need to touch up just a little bit. Then what I'm gonna do is take one of these 3/8 nuts. I'm gonna go all the way to the end with it and just make sure that I'm creating some more threads here. All right, as good as new right there. So just wanted to show you guys what I'm using here. It's basically just a threaded steel rod. It's 3/8, 16 threads per inch, and this is zinc coated also. These are 36 inches long, and so for my application I'm just cutting them in half. 18 inches is about the length that I'm going to need for each run here. The zinc, I guess, you know, will protect this rod from corroding. All right, everybody, I'm back under the bus. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and drill these holes and get this water tank in. So this is a basic setup here. I've basically just got a lock nut, nylon nut, I don't have everything tight yet, by the way, but I've got a nylon nut, I've got a flat washer, I've got a regular hex nut, I've cut some PEX tubing just to give some protection to the edge of the tank, and then the super strut will fit onto that. And then on the other side of the super strut, we'll get another washer, a lock washer, and another nut, and a nylon nut, and then everything will get clamped down. We'll have 4 super struts going this way, and then underneath I will then bolt in 2 more super struts that go this way, just to keep everything rigid. Got to put my safety equipment on. This is how I do this. All cut. The super strut's pretty easy to cut. So my 4 24-inch pieces out of there, and got a little bit left over. Now let's go install it. So here are my thoughts on this. This rod will slide up into the hole. This will get tightened down to where I've got about 2 inches sticking out. I've got a flat washer that will go up against the bottom of the pillar that these are going into. And then on top of that, I will get a flat washer and a lock washer. And then I'll get a lock nut. All of that will get screwed down really tight. Then here I've got a regular washer, which is going to allow this to move so I can tighten it up tight up against the tank. And then this has got a washer as well as a lock washer and a nylock nut. So for here, I've got a few different points of security to make sure that these nuts don't ever back off. You know, I've got my lock washer here, and then I've got the nylock nut, and then with the nylock nut, I'm also going to put some thread locker on there. I got this thread locker right here by Permatex, medium strength, so if I ever do need to take it off, I will be able to. So these are the materials I'm using. These are all to fit 3/8 bolts, and I'll put the link down in the description. All of these were really inexpensive off of Amazon. You know, if you buy these lock nuts right here from Home Depot, they're like 50 cents, $1 a piece. They're really expensive. I got 100 of them for 10 bucks off of Amazon. And same thing with these lock washers, or I think I got 100 of them for about 10 bucks. And then I got 50 of these regular flat washers, which is zinc. These are zinc coated too. And they were about the same, you know, 10 bucks or so for 50 of them. So pretty cheap, and I'm happy with that. go ahead and put some thread locker on here. Just a tinks. What are you doing giving me kisses down here while I'm in my most vulnerable spot? When I'm in my most vulnerable position, you want to just come and attack me. You gonna help me put this water tank in, buddy? Got this old fiberglass from the shuttle bus, came from the ceiling, and what I thought I would do is I thought I would cut a piece to match the size of this water tank. What that'll do is that'll just protect the bottom of the water tank from any kind of road debris or rocks or dirt or anything like that. Alright, there's my piece of fiberglass. So that's very good. Beautiful. Let me show you guys something that's got to get used to in a bus build. So I was forever looking for a doggone radiator clamp. I went to Home Depot, they didn't have the size I needed. Went to Ace, they didn't have the size I needed. I finally found them online. I'm up under this bus here, and I look right down here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a radiator clamp right there. The exact size that I freaking need. I have no idea where it came from. I didn't need it to put back on anything I'd taken off. I actually just needed it to put that plumbing hip flow valve in. But I'm gonna go up under there and get that. I try to reuse everything on this bus. And I mean everything. Because I don't really like buying stuff. I'm just kind of putting these up here temporarily. I'll put some more Loctite on all these nuts once I get to the actual install stage of this water tank. So instead of boring you guys and letting you watch me do that all over again twice, we're just gonna do this real quick. So here's how we're gonna do it. All right, so now we've got the water tank installed, and as you can see, it's strong. It ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna put some eye bolts through here on both sides, and then I'll have a strap that comes down just for an extra layer of protection. You can see I did create a 1-inch space up here. I did this with some cedar wood that I had, some cedar pallet wood, so I don't have to worry about it rotting. I needed that that gap because I need to have a little bit of a slope, you know, for this to drain. So I wanted to do that. I also, you know, of course put the rod protectors in here to protect the side of the tank from rubbing up against the steel rods. And then I've got the fiberglass down here to just ward off any rocks or anything that may be thrown up on the bottom of this tank. So next step is I've just got to get my drain hooked up, plug this hole, and then this hole right here, I'm going to put a mechanical ball valve. Oh yeah. There's my spigot. All right, for right now, I've got this old little cap that came off of here, and I'm just gonna put it on this bottom. I filled it with some silicone caulk and then put thread tape on it. I'm gonna go ahead and just use this temporarily right now. I've got some more of these caps, these stop caps on order. All right, I think I finally figured out how this is gonna go. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this elbow just into a scrap piece of the 1.5 inch pipe. It's gonna go into this barb right here, and then that will just go directly into that. So that's how that'll go. Just like that. All right. Just gonna take a piece of sandpaper here, sand around the perimeter of this thing and get all that old foam off of it. I'm not gonna try to scare anybody, but you gotta be very careful when you're dealing with this stuff right here. I had a friend who dripped some of this in his eye and it blinded him in one of his eyes. So the way this stuff works, doesn't actually glue. It actually creates a chemical reaction that basically melts the two pieces of PVC together. This is why when you put this up there, you got to hold it tight. Beautiful. All right. Yeah, there's our finished drain. I don't have a kink in it anymore. Everything's in there tight. So I think that should be good. That's that one side of water tank. We've just got 3 water tanks to go. If you don't mind to hit that subscribe button and share and like the video and leave a comment. I love reading the comments. I reply to every one of them. There's not a whole bunch right now, but I sure do appreciate them. And some people have helped me out a tremendous amount in the comments. So thank you so much. All right, we'll see you guys later. Peace.